Okay, before I start the unboxing video and getting to the vehicle that I got today, which I've talked about in other videos, I'm going to go over the past video I did of the Arrma Image DX1 micro/nano drone/quadcopter. It's not a drone. I went over all those things. The main reason is I have quite a few nano quadcopters. I have 3 Proto X's, a couple Cheersons. I'm wanting to get the Cheerson FPV. But the biggest problem with the DX1 is its weight. It uses the same battery pretty much as every other drone. Well, micro, I don't like saying drone. It's not a drone. It's a quadcopter. Every other nano quadcopter, it's too heavy for the batteries, and it uses the same motors as the Proto X. It uses the same propellers, same batteries, just has a different design, and it's too heavy. I flew mine in just a complete hover. I did not do any crazy crazy flying, and just in a straight hover. I got 3 minutes and 59 seconds, and to me that is just unacceptable. Especially seeing you're looking at 30 minutes. I like the nanos that I can get to the battery and change out, and that's why I love the Proto X. It has a little lid you can take off, pull out one battery, put in another, and you're flying again. You can get 20 minutes of flight time just by changing out the battery, and it gets 5 minutes. And it's a lot more aerobatic. It can do flips, it can do stuff, but I will say the Arrma Image DX1 is one of the most advanced, innovative ones, especially with the auto orientation. Basically, it doesn't matter which way the front is facing. If you press for it to go away, it will go away. If you want it to come back, it'll come back. It doesn't matter if it's facing that way, that way, that way, or towards you. It doesn't matter once you turn it on. And I went over all that in the video. Second, I haven't forgot about the funny car. I have the 1 million weight grease. And I will be doing a video on how to get to the diff and put this in. You're going to need to get some alcohol as well to get rid of the old silicone grease. So that's just sitting to the side at the moment. But now to the main. I've already started a video once, so some things are already out, and I've already put a battery in here. Some of these come with a, the earlier ones came with a nickel metal, 4600, I believe, nickel metal hydride, but with me, nickel metal hydrides, I cut the connector off, and the nickel metal hydride goes in a box. I don't use nickel metal hydride. The power, the voltage just drops too fast and you lose your fun. But with this vehicle, it's the Raider XL BLX. It's the brushless version. I used to be a fan of Horizon Hobbies. A huge fan, still am, especially with the Convergence VTOL airplane. I'll be getting that hopefully for Christmas. Only $250, same price as this. And that's the crazy thing. You are getting a 3S brushless capable. I'm pretty sure it has a hobby wing because Arrma had problems with their ESCs at the beginning catching fire. And we all know with the X-Max that it's notorious for the ESC catching fire. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. And instead of Traxxas doing the right thing and replacing the ESC outright, they put a fusible link on it. All that is a smaller gauge wire, and if too much amperage tries to go through that wire, it breaks, and you still fry the receiver, the ESC. So I'm going to get another X-Max, especially now that someone has come out with diffs that can take the beating that a lot of people put on the X-Max, myself included. My X-Max, when I had it, I would jump curbs on the road, just the rounded curbs. that go up onto yards and stuff. I did that twice and broke diffs, and that's just completely unacceptable for it to break from something that small. There is no other car in the X-Max class, there's no other vehicle in that class, so that truck is simply a basher. So, and then when you go to Traxxas, they want you to ship the parts, and they don't even give you a guarantee if they're going to replace it. Sometimes they have, from people that I know. A lot of times they haven't. Traxxas, when you first get with them, they will warranty everything. They will be very nice, but after they've got you as a customer, they're basically like, okay, well, you're going to have to mail us the part, show us a receipt, and all this stuff. Well, a lot of my vehicles from Traxxas I buy used because I'm not going to pay the outrageous price when I can get a slightly used one for half the price. So, back to this. I'm going to put it right here. Hopefully it'll stay. I'll put my leg right there. Full ball bearings. The diff, I will say, I wish it had metal gears. We'll see how it holds up. Has a slipper clutch, 7 kilogram, regular servo, metal gear though. That's going to get swapped out for a Savox digital servo. Like I said, ball bearings. It only has 2 spider gears instead of 4. And from people that have had this, I've heard very good things. So let's get to inside the box. Come on now. So it comes with a supplied with BLX 85 amp waterproof ESC, BLX 3656 3800 kV brushless motor, and an ADS 7M waterproof 7 kilogram metal geared steering servo. That's always nice having metal gears. And a strong and reliable slipper clutch that will be getting changed out to a Robinson Racing. Problems that I already know with this is the shock caps. The shock caps and body are plastic. I have some metal shock caps that I'm going to put on it and see if they work. They're blue, so I'm going to have to de-anodize them and anodize them green. It's not hard to do that. I'll do a video on that. So that's it for that. 2-year warranty. Traxxas only gives you 1 year. So let's get this out of the way. 3S LiPo capable. In the past, like I said, it came with, there's the vehicle. I'll get to it in a second. I will say the rear end definitely needs some stronger springs. I'll probably take some springs from, I have some red springs from a T-Max that I'll be putting on there to stiffen that up instead of having to use a bunch of preload clips. The transmitter is the standard Tactic. They've changed their design since the last time I got a Tactic transmitter. It used to be that thing that had flipped up and had a little antenna that would flip up, and you had the little box at the back that had all the trim controls and all that stuff, servo reversing. Now everything's on the side. You have the dual rate, throttle trim, steering trim, endpoint adjustment right here for the steering, and then your power switch, your throttle reverse switch, and your steering reverse switch. 4 AA's, 2.4 gigahertz, so that's what you're always looking for with these kind of vehicles. Of course, you always get goodies. This little piece right here is a little piece of Lexan. If you don't like this little light setup right here, you can take that off with one screw and just put this in place of that light setup. I personally like that. I'm going to drill that out somehow and put LEDs through it, and even in the back there's a place for 2 red LEDs. So I'll be doing that. I already have those. I just got to wire them up. So that's that. it comes with a little sheet talking about its performance. You need, when you're going for a battery to get the ultimate performance, you need a 25C 4000 milliamp hour battery. I have a, I'll go ahead and take it out. Like I said, I already started doing this video and then I got a message and it stopped recording. But I have a Zippy 5000. You're gonna have to get compact batteries for this. You see how thin that is? A regular, like this, a 7530C is not going to fit a 5000 milliamp 35C. Fits, but you're gonna warp the battery tray. So you can use it, but just go ahead and shell out $46 for this. Not hard to get to the servo, I can already see. Just remove this right here and this metal plate and you're at the servo. The ESC you're gonna have to remove. I see I'm definitely gonna have to be contacting them. This was supposed to have a lot more metal on it than what it does. They have, Tower Hobbies definitely, they advertise something that isn't what it used to be. It used to have an aluminum top right here. It used to have aluminum side rails. But at the same time, they've dropped the price to $250. You're saving weight. So I'm going to see how it runs, how it is right now. And then I'm going to go from there. But yeah, Tower Hobbies definitely needs to, I love Tower Hobbies, don't get me wrong, but they need to show a picture of the actual vehicle that you're going to get. I was looking forward to getting aluminum side rails, aluminum top, but people that know me know that I am not a hardcore basher. I am more of a collector. I'll go outside, I'll have fun with it, but I'm not going to beat the snot out of it because they're not cheap. I mean, that's how I look at my RC vehicles. They are an investment. And the ESC is up under here. It also showed in the picture that it came with a fan. So there's quite a few things on here that in the picture and the description, it's not living up to what it said. So got a little bit of an issue there. But I'll be contacting Tower Hobbies. They've always been very friendly about things. It does have a slipper clutch. That's what this little red thing right here does. It covers this right here, which is the slipper clutch cover. And that's how you would change your pinion and spur gear. Let me get to that real quick. The gearing, you'll need this to compare some things. Of course, you get some tools, some 3 Allen wrenches. Looks like a 1.5, a 2, and a 2.5 millimeter. You get a, I believe it's a 65 tooth spur gear. No, 54 tooth. And a 17 tooth pinion. And it says right here, optional high-speed gearing is for running on hard, flat surfaces only. Do not use off-road or for high load start-stop driving, as this will overheat the motor and or speed controller and cause damage failure. Quickly, I'm going to go over temperatures with ESCs and motors. Motors, you never want, brushless motor, you never want to go over 180 degrees. And this is with Castle motors. Once you go over 180 degrees or get close to it, the magnets that are on the armature, the rotor, start to lose their magnetism. So the KV starts going up. The KV is basically dignified by the amount of the amount of magnetism in the rotor. And if it starts losing some of its magnetism, KVs are going to go up. So if I get this thing to 200, if I get this motor to 200 degrees, the KVs could shoot up to 5,000 KVs. You're not going to get that torque. It's going to work harder. It's not going to be as efficient. And then your ESC is going to work harder, and just so on and so on. You can't beat the price for this. A $250. I mean, that's what I loved about this right here. I want to get into Arrma and see, okay, are they the vehicles? Are they as tough as a lot of people say they are? I'm going to find out myself, and that's why I started with a $250 instead of a $500 Outcast or a $650 Nero Phazon. Even though I really want a Nero Phazon, that Nero Phazon is completely going after the Traxxas Revo. And sorry to say, you Traxxas lovers, the Traxxas Revo can't take 6S because the diffs are going to blow. The Nero can. And one thing about the Phazon is you can actually put the big rock body on it. So sort of gives you that. A lot of people say that it uses different length shock shafts. No, that's not what it uses. It actually uses different length cantilever shafts. And so getting to the suspension, the rear end is, like I said, I don't know if I said this in this video or another, but it's quite bouncy. The front is a little tighter than what I saw other people, but it already has a preload clip on it. T-Max spring is going to go in the back here. Where the hell is the antenna? I guess I'll have to look. I mean, I really don't go that far, but the antenna is supposed to come up through here. But with how well things are going with 2.4 gigahertz, the antenna really doesn't have to show as well. I mean, you can even just look at the transmitter itself. There's no visible antenna, just like with the Traxxas TQ and TQI setups. There's no visible antenna, so I'm going to have to search for that. But I'll do that on my own time and not on video to keep the video relatively short. Anybody who has seen my videos, I do a initial unboxing and overview looking at the vehicle, and then I do I run it myself and show, okay, how good does it run, and then I do a running video, and then I talk about the running video and everything, and then I go for upgrades. And like I said, still got some stuff to do to this. I even have some wheel weights to put inside the front fuel tank to weigh the front down so it won't lift up, and then more weight to go to the back wheels when you launch. I mean, overall, it looks like a pretty stout RC. Looking at it compared to an actual 1/5 Baja, the A-arms are very similar. You do have a camber link in the rear that can be adjusted, a toe link in the front that can be adjusted. The one thing that you are going to want to do with this is you're going to want to take some zip ties, because you can see this wing is just clipped on, and then it has these two screws, and that's what I'm going to have to do in just a second to find out, okay, what's going on with the receiver and everything. Am I going to have to pull the antenna through? That's not a big deal. I mean, I work on these all the time, work on RCs all the time. 2-wheel drive, so Spectrum is going to be going in this to keep it straight. The tires are going to have to get some tire compound or WD-40 put on them to soften them up. Even the tread design, I've been told that it's not that great. It's only good on. It's only really good on grass, and that's about it. You're gonna need to get some other tires, and if I look at they're like short course. The outside diameter is smaller than the inside diameter, front and back. So you're gonna have to find some buggy wheels to fit on this, or you can just get some regular wheels and cut them if you choose. You can see all the lower suspension arms are completely solid. There's no holes in them to break. Overall, it looks like a decent vehicle. I'm going to have to run it to see how tough it really is. I've seen people that have beat on it, but that was the other earlier versions that uh, didn't that had the metal parts on it, and this one is all plastic, and except for right here, right up front, you have a metal plate, and that's how you get to your servo. And I mean, like I said, I can't really complain. $250 with easy pay, $85 to your house. And again, the shock bodies and caps are plastic. I have some blue ones. I'll see if they fit. I don't know yet. Well, that nut isn't even tight. Oh, it is. It's just got a little spacer on it. But overall, it looks like a decent vehicle. Well, I'll have to find out in some time. I'm going to charge up my battery and go run it and see how it does. And I'll put on the higher speed gear set after a couple runs and see what it can really do speed-wise. The body's held on with 3 body clips, and then you can just sort of bend it around these. But the earlier ones had screws holding these little headlight buckets on. Now it's just body clips holding it on, so it's a lot easier to get them off. So it's going to be a lot easier to put. It even has a screw in the back. I already see right now there's screws in the back, so you can put LEDs in these, which is very cool. Let's take this sticker off and see what it looks like. It's probably just plastic, but you can drill that out. Yeah, it's just plastic on the front, nothing special. But there are screws that you can take out and run a wire through. So that's something nice that they did add. So you can run wires without having to do a lot of crazy. I mean, you can run lights without having to do a lot of crazy stuff. Get back on there. The wing is very flexible. I mean, just the biggest thing that sort of upsets me is the fact that the parts that I thought were supposed to be metal are not. And that is not what I originally bought this vehicle for. I bought it because, I mean, it's supposed to have metal here. It's supposed to have metal side rails. There's a lot of things, so I'm going to have to look at the picture and then call Tower Hobbies and tell them, okay, look, I ordered this and I got this, so that's not what I paid for. But like I said again, $250, $85 to your door, but then you have 2 more payments of $85. So, I already know, also, the shock chassis, you also have problems with the dog bones popping out. But it looks like they're not as, yeah, there may be just all you gotta do is add some nitro fuel tubing, about that much, to sort of center them so they won't flop around all over the place. And also nitro fuel tubing will give. and I had some just a second ago somewhere. But that's basically it of everything that comes with it. Remember, if you decide to get one of these, you're going to have to get a compact battery like for the Revos. That's what this battery is actually designed for, Revo. A higher output, a higher C rating would be better. It says high discharge LiPo battery. 25C is not that high of a discharge. It even says on here, recommended 30C 4500 milliamps. This is 25C 5000 milliamps. So it's an 85 amp ESC. This is going to be able to pump out 125 amps. So we'll just see how it goes from here. I'll be doing update videos on it, but here it is. Soon, probably Wednesday morning, I'll be doing the differential. Today's Monday. Wednesday morning, I'll be doing the 1 million weight CST diff grease in the differential for this. But for now, I'm going to go have fun with my new RC. Again, thank you for watching. I will definitely let everybody know the outcome of speaking with Tower Hobbies. Especially, there's no fan on the ESC. The top is supposed to be metal. There's just several parts that were supposed to be metal that are not. And that's not what I paid for. When I bought this, I was expecting metal here, metal side rails, stuff like that, and I didn't get that. So yeah, I got a little bit of a problem there. But again, $250, not that bad for a brushless, a decent brushless setup. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Be doing more soon. So I definitely have to do one to do an update video on my DBXL. I haven't done anything to my Baja. I will admit that. It's sort of been sitting. I haven't been doing much. I'm not much of a two-wheel drive person, but I do like some two-wheel drive vehicles. So thank you for watching. Peace like usual. Please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the giveaway. 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to be giving away a 1/10 scale ready to run monster truck. It will be coming from Nitro RCX. So I mean, it's not going to be the best. It will be brushed, but it's a free RC. Are you really going to complain about that? So that's it for this. I'm going to get into the receiver compartment and see where that antenna is and go from there. Thanks for watching.